Hey guys, Cdrama Invasion here, and welcome back to a different type of video. So since I've been doing top 10s a lot and I've been kind of getting sick of the formula a little bit, I decided to change it up and investigate what are some of the lowest rated C-dramas in 2021. So I went on my drama list, which was just a little bit more handy since we have reviews and stuff. And I do have to say that if you search this up yourself, it's probably not going to be this order, but I did jump around just to get into the ones with some reviews because I clearly have not watched any of these, nor do I want to after this video. But still, for research purposes, it makes sense for me to go through some reasoning and backup for why this is presented this way. So yeah, enjoy the video. Let me know if you're interested in more similar types of videos of the worst ranked or rated dramas or my personal list. And also feel free to comment your top 3 worst C-dramas and give me a little bit of some reasonings behind it. Was it draggy? Was the acting horrible? Plot, etc. And perhaps I can compile them and make a top 10 list of my subscribers choosing their worst top 10 dramas. Also, a thing to note from my drama list, I feel like a lot of these ratings are a little bit bloated. So usually I would take off 1 to 2 points off of them. They're usually overhyped or whatever. So actually the worst rated one isn't even that bad. It's a 6.1, and most of the ones talked about is going to be 6.9, 6.8, 6.7. Okay, starting with number 7. Like I said, there's a lot more. However, I just couldn't find reviews or enough information to actually give proper reasoning behind them, so I skipped a lot. The first drama is called We at That Time. And first of all, grammar isn't the best, so if they didn't even bother with translating some of the grammar, you can probably guess that this is a more on the low budget end. For the cast, stars Amy Sun and Sia Liu. It's a rom-com life youth drama, and it's about domestic violence. So according to the synopsis, the female lead is an excellent female motorcycle racer, which sounds cool to me. She ends up living a new life with her fiance, and later she runs away from home due to domestic violence and was taken in by a bunch of other people living in a shared house. This is about friendship, learning to heal and grow. And honestly, on the surface, this sounds totally cool, especially the fact that the female lead is a cool motorcycle racer. I think that breaks the mold. The problem here, apparently to the comments, not a lot of people on the site really puts out reviews, I would say, especially for these not too well-known dramas. So the first and most obvious problem is everybody saying the only bad thing about this show is that even though it's about domestic violence, they make it look like it's not too serious. They said that the heavy themes should be handled correctly. However, they kind of just brush it off, and I for sure would see that as very triggering and annoying. So of course it's about domestic violence. I would be extra careful if I was a part of this production team to go through the scripts and handle things with care, especially when it can affect so many people. For sure, I can understand why a lot of people saw this as disgusting and just a terrible depiction of domestic abuse and handling it. The commenter said that just because they were childhood friends and there were some flashbacks saying that the male lead has issues too, it doesn't excuse him for beating up women, children, and treating them like garbage. And yeah, definitely hate it when they try to make a drama around a certain plot point, but they don't do the due diligence to research and handle it with care. Next up is a mini web drama that has 2 seasons. It's also based on a very popular manhwa or Chinese webcomic. It has 5 minutes each per episode with 30 episodes, starring Jung Choo Kai and Saimu Jin. This is a romance melodrama, and it's a super short series. It stars a girl who has a crush on the male lead for 11 years, but her love for him makes her feel inferior because she feels unworthy of him. One day, it reaches a point where she can't continue loving him anymore. She tries to get rid of him and realizes that it's too painful, leading her to completely change her personality. And here's the information I gathered on why this is a hot mess. First of all, most people are saying this is cringy and terrible. It makes sense since it's just 5 minutes, even though you do have 2 seasons. I'm guessing they try to rush everything. And yeah, most people said that it's terrible, and they dropped this a couple of times, but for some reason they kept on trying to finish the whole thing. A certain commenter points out that the male lead is a big jerk and the female lead is too dumb and naive. Overall, if you ask me, I would give this a 1.5 to 2 out of 10. And also the female lead kept on forgiving the male lead even though when he didn't deserve her at all. And overall, so much happened in this. So apparently the melodrama kicks in because it's about the male lead who actually has a crush on the female lead, but he gets married to the step-sister of the female lead. Then later on, the male lead and female lead got married, they got divorced, she got pregnant with his child and lost the child. Male lead becomes a total jerk, and they kept on repeating this push-pull the whole time. Yep, definitely skip this one, but I really feel bad for the actors and actresses. Most of the time, they're rookie actors and actresses who really don't have a choice. So if they are stuck in a terrible drama role, most likely they'll keep on continuing getting similar roles offered to them. Next is a drama called Perfect Couple. It has 40 episodes and aired on Tencent TV and Hunan TV. It's a romance family drama, and honestly, with the cute kid in the middle of the poster, I was thinking, how could you mess this one up? This stars Gao Yuanyuan and Edward Zhang. It's about a female lawyer who has reached the apex of her career at the age of 40. Because of her work, she doesn't have time to take care of her family. Therefore, the husband takes on the mantle and becomes like the family man. And it's about all of them going through issues and imperfections, time schedules, things like that, workplace pressure, and just trying to find a perfect balance between family, work, etc. And finally, we got a first review, and this person said they gave this an overall 2 out of 10. They said this is a drama funded by Mark Chow and Gao Yuanyuan. This show was a comeback for the female actress. This drama is nothing but a PR stunt. Her character is beyond imagination. Super unlikable. The male lead is spineless and he's a coward. The female lead never changes, and both of them are useless together, and it's so annoying. It seems like there's a person who decided to skim through the episodes and watch the last 2 final episodes on YouTube. They said that the story doesn't seem finished at all, and by the end, you can still feel like the female lead is obsessed with work. Nothing has changed from episode 1 to episode 40. Just run and don't watch it. Okay, moving on. 4th drama is The Memory About You. It has 42 episodes, aired on Youku and JSTV. It stars Xu Lingyue and Yang Shu Wen. It's a romance melodramatic life drama throughout the many years of the female lead. You see her through high school, through college and work life. She kind of bounces around 2 guys, and it's just a whole mess of a love triangle. So there are some reviews for this one as well. They rated this a 4 out of 10, both of the reviewers. The first person said, no, this is just a very stupid, annoying love triangle between people that drag out for so long. She says that there's no end of it. Soon after breaking up with the male lead, she goes to the second male lead, and then it happens again. And ultimately, they just got annoyed and thought the female lead was annoying and doesn't deserve any of their love. The next drama is a remake called New Madam Whitesnake. Well, the other ones were rated 6.9, 6.8. This one is rated 6.7. It has 32 episodes, and it aired on Tencent Video. It stars Cindy Sung and Lu Hang. It's a action, romance, martial arts, fantasy drama. It's a Xuanhuan, and it's one that has a remake every 1 or 2 years. This is a love story between a 1,000-year-old snake spirit who transforms to a beautiful woman and falls in love with a young man. Most of the people are saying that this is so overdone. They've seen a bunch of the other versions, and unfortunately this one is one of the lowest chemistry couple, so they don't like the main ship or the main leads together, which is probably the whole point of watching this drama, is to see their ups and downs and a beautiful tragic love story. Apparently there will be a new one in 2022, so just skip the 2021 version, and if you're trying to get into the story, then maybe check that one out or some of the other versions. There were like one or two that I enjoyed, but overall I think that this is too redundant. It's like a legendary love story, which is why you keep on getting different versions of it. But at this point, I'm over it, and so are a lot of the viewers. And in second place is Fall in Love with My Trouble Season 1 and Season 2. Similar to an earlier pick, like around 5 minutes per episode, this one is even shorter. It has 3 minutes and it has 30 episodes. And if you're wondering what's the point of these super short series when like you can barely portray anything, I think it's like the TikTok trend. So they're trying to make very short and fast dramas that you can watch like a couple minutes every day or so. This stars Ross Chen and Chang Fan. It's a romance short webcomic based series about a failed one-night stand about a bold woman and a very protective, possessive alpha male CEO type of character who ends up proposing her in a contract marriage. So with this type of trope, a lot of people said that they wanted to get into it since they like contract marriage dramas. However, it was terribly executed. They said that the episodes were just a jumble, a total mess, and were super confusing and choppy. They said that the male lead came off as obsessive, and of course possessive alpha male leads could have that trait. However, they said right from the bat he had no real reason to want to date her except to kind of sleep with her. So they're saying that he's just a creep and he was super obsessed with her after that. They said that instead of a true love story, they got just basically a very creepy feeling about the male lead trying to chase after the female lead and forcing her to fall in love with him. And as for season 2, the ratings were similar, 6.6, and a lot of people even rated a little bit lower than that. They said some parts were better executed. However, the male lead was still very dislikable, so many forced kisses and so many tropes, cliches, as well as it's not being the best production, or the acting is kind of cringy as well. And in first place, I guess, congratulations to Married First Then Fall in Love as receiving the lowest rating, and this one was rated at 6.1. It has 30 episodes, and it's a Youku drama starring Mia Mi and Sai Zhongliang. It's another super short rom-com with a possessive male lead, and even romanticized abuse is one of the first things tagged in this. It follows a story about a poor ordinary girl who got sold to a wealthy family to pay off her debts to a stepmom who dislikes her. So the average rating for this was 1 and 1.5. So both of these reviewers start off saying that this is not a romance drama. It's not the cutesy poster that it's said to be. It's an abusive one and just overall super toxic, saying that the male lead needs help, he's obsessive, he's abusive, and he has some serious mental issues. They said that they scattered some sweet moments between all these toxic abuse, but it couldn't make up for it, and it was just disgusting and disturbing to watch. The second reviewer said this drama left a very bad feeling behind after watching it. The female lead is spineless, and the male lead was abusive, violent, had mental health issues. They said there was a specific scene where this person felt really triggered, where the male lead tried to almost kill her, and they had to skip over this entire portion. There's also your tropes of loads of people hating and picking on the female lead, from betrayals, jealousy, scheming, and sister-in-laws, also mother-in-laws, etc. Overall, the main sentiment of this is this was not what they signed up for, and they were just appalled by how terrible it was. And that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you unfortunately seen any of these and if you agree. Once again, please leave all of your recommendations to stay away from, like dramas that you absolutely hate. And I'm super interested in your thoughts and opinion, and I'll see you guys in the next video.